Good morning and welcome to this supplementary English class, and we are discussing the last acceleration by R.P. Sisodia. So we will continue the remaining part of this short story, the last acceleration. What happened next? Bharati prepared dinner as usual, placed on onion on 2 rotis and asked her son, Bharati's son Raghu, son, to take it to Dadi. Dadi here means Motibai, the narrator's mother. Narrator's mother. She instructed him not to sit there and listen to any of the stories which is Dadi. The Hindi word Dadi is used for grandmother, Motibai. But be cautious while writing the paper, don't use the word Dadi, even though it is given in this text itself, because a translated word or another word is there in English language itself for Dadi, that is grandma. Okay, so that use the word grandma while writing the paper in the university examination. She instructed him not to sit there and listen to any of the stories which his Dadi might tell or narrate, because those stories were not good for the boys of his age. She also told him to get back immediately. He should tell her to clean the plate with ashes after she was done with dinner. So one day what happened? Bharati. Who is Bharati? Bharati is narrator's wife. Bharati told Raghu. Raghu means Bharati's or the narrator's son. And she handed over one plate with food and asked Raghu to take it to his Dadi. Dadi means Motibai. Once again I remind you of the condition of the home of the narrator. Motibai was an old woman and she was quite unable to take care of herself, and that's why she was at the pity of the narrator and his wife. At last narrator was her own son. Okay, so it was his moral responsibility to look after his mother Motibai. But even though he was a good man, he was a kind-hearted man, he had enough love for his mother, Bharati's nature was not good, and her behavior also towards Motibai was not good at all. We cannot appreciate her. We cannot appreciate her behavior towards Motibai. So one day what happened? Bharati handed over a plate of food to Raghu and asked him to take it to Motibai or his grandma, and again gave so many instructions. The pieces of advice were given to him by Bharati. He told him that don't sit there for a long time, just hand over that plate and again instruct your Dadima or your grandma to clean the plate after she has done with the dinner, to clean the plate with ashes. Okay, it means she was expecting the work to be done by that old woman. And the fact is that when she was young, she had groomed her sons well, she had taken care of her own sons, but now when she had become old, we see the situation of that old woman. The behavior of Bharati was not at all good towards her. Right. So this was the condition of the narrator's house, and we see a kind of gap, okay, between the behavior of two persons, Motibai and Bharati. Okay. After that, what happened? After the narrator finished dinner, Bharati ate her meal with a handsome helping of ghee, which Mohan had given a few days earlier. Now you will come across another character, that is Mohan. Actually, Mohan was narrator's childhood friend, and as he had cattle at his home, he would give a kilo of ghee free of cost, okay, to the narrator. Now see again, after the food was served to Motibai, so what was in that plate. Just two rotis or bhakris and onion. That's all. It was the food which was given to Motibai, the narrator's mother, that old woman, and she herself took what ghee on chapati and other things. So this was the behavior of Bharti. Mohan was a childhood friend of the narrator. Now in this paragraph we get the information about Mohan. I have already told that he was the childhood friend of the narrator, right? The narrator was police constable, don't forget. Mohan was a childhood friend of the narrator. He had become rich overnight with his big herd of cattle. We have already discussed this. Okay, he had a herd of cattle and that's why he would get enough milk from that, and he was in the business of milk products, and this ghee also was one of them. So by selling milk, butter and ghee in Delhi at exorbitant prices, high prices, okay, he had found a way to keep pace with the modern world. He had started packing buttermilk in sachet pockets and selling them in Delhi. The sachet were selling like hot cakes. Mohan used to send narrator 1 kilo of ghee free of cost as a gift every month. So he was in this business, he had a cattle, and that's why he would do good business, and from that business he would earn a lot of money. So his lifestyle was much better compared to lifestyle of the narrator and his wife Bharti. He had enough amount of money with himself, and he had earned that money from the business of milk products. So every month he would be giving or gifting. Here the word is used, gift. Okay, he would gift a kilo of ghee without charging any money, without taking any money from his friend narrator. So this would happen every month. One day Raghu told the narrator that the Dadi wanted to go to Allahabad as the Kumbh Mela was starting there the following week. Now Motibai had last wish that should go to the Kumbh Mela, and he expressed this feeling to Raghu, right? One day Raghu told the narrator that Dadi wanted to go to Allahabad as the Kumbh Mela was starting there the following week. She was eager to bath in the confluence of the three holy rivers, confluence Sangam, Triveni Sangam, confluence of the three holy rivers on the auspicious day, Pavitra day of the Kumbh. She wished to atone for her sins before she started her last journey to other world. Raghu went on to ask his father where that other world was, and if it was as good as big as this one. His father asked if they had buffaloes and dogs in the other world, and why Dadi Ma wanted to go there. He also wanted to know if it was because he, means the narrator, never spoke to her, and because my word, again this is the Hindi word. You will come across such Hindi words here in this short story, the last salvation, but as the English substitutes are available for these Hindi words, definitely use those original words only. Don't go for Hindi words, okay? Don't write these words in the university examination, so be cautious. The narrator could not say anything as he needed the approval of Bharati. So he told the boy that they would take Dadi there if his mother agreed. Now what happened? Motibai, narrator's mother, discussed about this particular thing, that she wants to go to the Kumbh Mela, which was going to start there in the Allahabad district, okay, of Uttar Pradesh. It was her last wish, and she discussed it with her grandson, that is Raghu. And Raghu, he didn't have any information, he didn't have any knowledge of what the Kumbh was, etc. And that's why out of curiosity he went to the narrator, to his father, and disclosed that thing to him. And he asked so many questions related to the Kumbh Mela, the other world, etc. Okay, the world after death, etc. Actually, he was just a child and he didn't know of these things, and that's why he asked those things to his father, means the narrator. But narrator was unable to say anything, because before going to Kumbh along with his mother, he needed to have permission from his wife Bharti. Just think how much terror was there in that house of this character, that is Bharti. It shows that Bharti was not a good woman in that family at all. He wanted to have the permission of his wife for taking his own mother to the Kumbh Mela. Just imagine this thing. And that's why he did not say anything on the questions which were asked to him by Raghu, his own son. He did not say a single word. He just simply said that he would need to have approval from his wife, and said to his son, go to mom and ask her whether she agrees to this or not. After that, because it is a big question mark is there, right? Whether Bharti gave permission, agreed to the narrator or not. Let's see. One evening the narrator told Bharti of his mother's desire to go to the Kumbh Mela. So after some days, the narrator himself talked to his wife Bharti about this. Okay, going to Kumbh Mela, or the wish of Motibai of visiting the Kumbh Mela, which would be starting there in Allahabad. One evening, the narrator told Bharti of his mother's last desire to go to the Kumbh Mela, but Bharti did not say anything at that time. See, a kind of conspiracy or silence, okay, of Bharti. When narrator told this to her, she did not react. Okay, she did not say anything that time only. But what happened later? Let's see. Perhaps she was worried about the huge expenditure. Okay, she was concerned about the huge expenditure on their tour to Allahabad or the Kumbh Mela, right? She must be thinking about that she would have to spend a lot of money if all of them go to the Kumbh. But after some time or after some days, she changed her mind. And what actually was going on in her mind? Let's see. Her cruel mind, we can say here. She also must have been angry at the audacity of his mother to make such a demand on them. The narrator then remarked that he would get an opportunity to take Bharti also to the Kumbh, and added that after all, the Kumbh Mela took place only once in 12 years. So you must be knowing this fact that Kumbh Mela is organized every 12 years, okay, in the city of Allahabad, on the banks of three rivers, I think. He said this as an incentive to keep her in good humor, and he proposed that he would not go just along with his mother. He would take her also, means Bharti also, to the Kumbh Mela, so that she also can see the Allahabad and those places of shrines there in Allahabad. The narrator then remarked that he would get an opportunity to take Bharti also to the Kumbh, and added that after all, the Kumbh Mela took place only once in 12 years. He said this as an incentive to keep her in good humor. That night, the narrator found her in deep thought. She took more than the usual time to fall off to sleep. She kept twisting and turning in bed for a long time. The narrator thought that he had disturbed her. So that evening, at the first time when he disclosed this thing, when he discussed this particular thing of taking his mother to Kumbh Mela at Allahabad, she did not say anything, means Bharti did not say anything. But that night, what happened? She kept twisting and turning in bed for a long time. The narrator thought that he had disturbed her. The next morning, Bharti told her husband, the narrator, that though they could not afford the huge expenditure, it was worth it. Mother would be able to take a dip in the holy confluence before she departed to the other world. Here, other world means this demise or death, right? They would appear for the journey to the Kumbh. They would leave Raghu with her parents means with Bharti's parents. Okay. They would leave Raghu with her parents. The narrator was surprised at the sudden enthusiasm of Bharti. Now, what actually was going on in the mind of Bharti was really beyond even understanding of the narrator. When narrator discussed about taking Motibai or his brother to the Kumbh, firstly Bharti did not say anything, but that night she thought a lot. She was in somewhat pensive mood. She did not react. Okay, and after that, the next morning she agreed to this and said, okay, we can go to the Kumbh, right? and can help Motibai or the narrator's mother to take a holy dip in the water of river Ganga, right? And she put one condition that they would be keeping Raghu with her parents, okay, at the home of her parents. So this was decided. Actually, it created a kind of doubt in the mind of narrator also, because a woman like Bharti had agreed to this proposal of going to Kumbh, which was actually not so easily affordable for them. Seeing the income, meager income of the narrator himself, and seeing the nature of Bharti, it was quite surprising for the narrator. And he started thinking about that how this lady got agreed, right, to this proposal of going to Kumbh. Going to Kumbh, instead of that, we can say taking Motibai to Kumbh Mela, right? So it was a big question because the narrator also. But as she had agreed to go to the Kumbh, he became happy, because at last the last wish of Motibai, or narrator's mother, was going to be fulfilled soon. So after that, what happened? Just think about this, the mentality or the mind, or what she was thinking, Bharti. Let's see. It was on a chill noon that the narrator, his mother and wife reached Allahabad. So at last the day rose when they started their journey towards Allahabad, and one afternoon they reached the city of Allahabad, where the Kumbh was organized. His mother and wife reached Allahabad. Mother seemed to be extremely happy. Of course, Motibai was very happy to see that Kumbh Mela, and she was eager to take a holy dip in the confluence of three rivers in Allahabad. They moved to the place of confluence and decided to spend the day at the Sangam. Again, the word Sangam is used here. This is, again I remind you that this is the Hindi word, as the substitutes are available in English itself. Don't go for Hindi words. Use the confluence word, because the substitute is already there in English language, in the English language. They got shelter in a huge shade erected to accommodate the pilgrims, and they went to that place where there was a big pandal erected for the pilgrims. Okay, they slept in a corner. During the night, Bharti whispered. Bharti said something. To whom? To the narrator, to her husband. What did she say? Let's see. What actually you will get the kind of clue about what was actually going on, what was going on in the mind of Bharti, what she was thinking. It was really full of cruelty when you will see what actually was, what she was actually thinking about. They slept in the corner. During the night, Bharti whispered to the narrator that she wanted to discuss something with him. And at night, in the night, what happened? She whispered some words, she uttered some words, and she said to her husband that she wanted to discuss something very important, okay, with him. Then what happened? The narrator and Bharti went out of the shade. She told him that they should go back to reverie immediately. And she said very straightforwardly, without any hesitation in her mind, that she wanted to leave Leave this place immediately, and as early as possible. She wants to go back to her place, that is reverie. So what actually she was thinking about, let's see. The narrator and Bharti went out of the shade. So when she said that she wanted to discuss something very important to him, to the narrator, they came out of that shade. Just remember that still Motibai was there in that shade, in a corner of that huge pandal. She was fast asleep, okay, she was taking a sound sleep. She told him that they should go back to reverie immediately. And she means here, but rebuild this plan. I am using the word plan very deliberately. But he told her to wait until morning so that mother could bath in the river. Narrator was very innocent. Narrator was very innocent. He didn't have any. He didn't know, what actually Bharti wanted to do. And that's why he said very plainly that okay, let's wait till morning. My mother would take dip in the confluence, and after that we all go to our place, that is reverie. But Bharti said something which was quite strange. It was quite strange and unnatural also. for the narrator. What she said, let's see. Bharti suggested that mother could stay back as long as she wished. Some social organizations would take care of her. She could stay there till her death. From these words, you can understand what was going on in the mind of Bharti. Actually, she wanted to live. Leave Motibai or her mother-in-law at Allahabad alone. Okay. So this was going on in her mind. How cruel the thoughts were. She could stay there till her death. The narrator had no choice, he agreed. And we see here this man also, the narrator himself also, in a very pathetic and, in a very pathetic condition of the situation. And this man also agreed to her that okay, we'll leave this lady or his own mother and would go back to reverie. She could stay there till her death. The narrator had no choice, he agreed. Soon they walked to the bus stand, leaving Motibai to the care of God and the goddess Ganga. This was a big conspiracy behind taking Motibai to the Sangam, the confluence, the Kumbh Mela. Actually, she had chalked up this plan of leaving Motibai alone there at Allahabad and coming back along with her husband only. See how cruel her behavior was towards the lady who had groomed her husband, Bharati's husband, means Motibai's son. And today, Motibai was facing such a big problem in her life. Just think the cruelty in her mind, how callous she was. Okay, so far as her behavior towards Motibai was concerned. So this is a kind of symbolic, I think. This is my personal view. The last salvation is kind of symbolic short story, and it teaches us something which is quite valuable in today's context. Because nowadays we are forgetting our moral responsibilities or responsibilities towards our family, towards the elder one people, towards our peers, right? Towards elder people in our family also, in our society also. And that's why I say this is a kind of attempt by R.P. Sisodia to remind us means we all the people, especially the young ones, of our moral responsibilities. Somewhere we are losing faith in our value system and we need it direly in today's context. And I think if we could learn something from this, the attempts of the efforts which R.P. Sisodia has taken through the writing of this, the last salvation, could be fruitful. So this is the social message through this, the last salvation short story by R.P. Sisodia. And here the story ends and we stop. Thank you.